What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid techno, and indeed, we're back with another tune from the German Brain label. I already reacted to Dangerous to Remain. I think it's the Future mix. Basically, this label, go back and look at that video, but I'll be briefer here. But basically, it's this crazy German label that existed from the mid-90s to the very early 2000s. It has its own unique sound. There were three people who made tunes. One of them is a guy who went by the name Michael de Brain. I think it's Michael Bauer. That's the guy who made the tune we're going to listen to today. And I think, did he also make the other one? Let me check. Did he also? No, he did not. That was, what number is that? So Dangerous to Remain, that's Brain 4. And that one is by Ray Clark. Yeah, Ray Clark did the fewest of the three. He only was involved in 4 of them, but that is one of the ones he did. Frank D. Noyes is also one of the other Brain guys. That's Franz Merwald. But yeah, this one is by Michael de Brain, also from 1997, just like Dangerous to Remain. But this label has this really heavy, hard acid-driven sound, stomping, thumping with real rich, heavy acid layers. And again, it's funny because the last few Brain records have a sound that almost it's approaching what a few years after that some hardstyle that was really acid heavy would sound like. But I wouldn't say that even the later Brains are hardstyle. I would just say that by the end of the label's run, it was starting to sound a little bit like a genre that would emerge a few years later. But again, the majority of the catalog is just heavy, thumping, really hurricane acid, sort of acid techno. So the tune we're going to listen to is called Power of a Dark Side, which it does sample Star Wars, although, the line, power, you don't know the power of the dark side. But yeah, it's called Power of a Dark Side, the Plasma Mix. This is Brain 5, 1997. This sleeve is completely unrelated, but I will show you the very Spartan and utilitarian branding of the label. Respect to that in the sense that, they're just focusing on the music. Do we have anything written here? No, just cat number. And that's 45 RPM. Well, at least we know that now. Yep, cat number and the speed. So here we go. This is Power of a Dark Side by Brain. In this case, Michael Bauer, aka Michael de Brain. On Brain 5. The tune on the other side, by the way, TB Inject, also a fantastic tune. I'll come back and react to that one at a different time, but not too long from now. Oof. Chair's wedged in its position. Anticipatory. Crickets. Damn, acid crickets are everywhere. Yeah, the last one has an extra hit too. Now we got some tractor beam laser shit. I'm inclined to say tractor beam in Star Wars. Now this hard. There's an electricity to that layer too. This label is just unadulterated acid. Almost redlining with no kick drum.
it's, you know, it ain't clever, but it's having it. What's not to like? You think we're done climbing? They ain't done playing around. Or he ain't done playing around. I always think of the brain releases as just like, it's those guys. It's like those three guys. But on Discogs, there is a helpful... Yeah, we're not done climbing. But there's a helpful breakdown on Discogs. If you click on the artist for brain. Like, get your brain in an acid trance and just ride it. I'm waiting for the return of that tractor beam laser. Acid back to the low bubble. Before I look, I'm wondering how much time we have left. Let's say like 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm about right on there. And right here you're like, okay, so instant drop back in, or are we going to have like an acid riff breakdown? Tractor beam in full effect.
Power of the dark side.
The rising crickets are back. And it's like, it didn't even drop so much as it just like dragged your brain and your ears like back to the main part of the track. It walks you back into the madness. I think it just broke the roof. I think it just went actually through the roof. Relentless. That's the key word. And not just for this brain, but like most brains. Which is a funny statement. You just feel when it's going to kick back up again. Playing around with it like a single bar now. Brains obviously go well together. You can mix a whole set of brains and it's like, you know, you barely even notice the transitions. Like, it just bleeds into a very similar sound. Last one has an extra. Yep, so that's the Brain sound. Listen to 2 records already. I'm sure those of you who weren't familiar will already be picking up on a very clear vibe. And indeed, like I said, most of them are like that. They do have different acid riffs, the different particular crazy sequence of rising and falling acid riffs. They are different, and there'll be different samples and slightly different structure, but there is definitely a formula, a recipe for the tunes on that label. And if you're there for it, if you're into that hard stomping, just give me that unadulterated 303 madness, then surely you'll be a fan of the label. I have the vast majority. I don't have all of them. I think there's 30 something of them, maybe more. Maybe there's 50. I think I have, again, I'd say 75 to 85%. But again, some of the later ones I don't have. There's one I'll have to think. I'll have to go back and look through my catalog. I'm not sure exactly as I sit here how many I have, but I do think it's the vast majority. So if you're into this sound, you could go through Discogs and pick one out and say, let me see if you have that one. The answer should be yes, but there's a small chance it could be no. So like I said, if you're a fan of the label, do let me know. If there's a particular one that you really like, do mention it in the comments. Like I said, very happy to have my old channel back. Very happy to have people commenting again much more regularly. I was going to do what I had to do. I was going to try to get the same thing going on another channel, but it was very slow going, and not many people were commenting. Indeed, the people who were commenting more on the punk rock reactions and whatever I did, which is cool. I like punk rock. I always will. I've liked it before techno, but I started these with an intention of primarily talking about electronic music on vinyl. So although I am trying to expand, at the same time I'm happy to be a place where there's a lot of people who want to talk about the same music I do. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.